Gil, do you want to, after you're finished, fill out a blue sheet so that we have all your data?
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't fill out a blue form. I wasn't expecting to make any statements, but I think, listen to the discussion, I'd like to add a little bit to it. First of all, Gilbert Cosio with MBK Engineers. Our firm represents 27 reclamation districts in the Delta and Suisun Marsh. We're the engineering consultants to them, so the bulk of our work is working on levees. And obviously, we are not excited about ranking our 27 clients against each other. On the other hand, we appreciate the fact that your plan adopted a tiering approach. And I think our ARCADIS's marching orders are to have at least 3 tiers. And so we're hoping it's closer to 3 tiers than 70 tiers so that we know what groups are going to be in which tier pretty much. So I don't think it'll be any surprise. What I'd like to say is that, echoing Mr. Eisenberg's comment about recreating dreams, just listening to the presentation, I think if ARCADIS takes the right approach, and it sounds like they are, we won't do that. We'll use dreams as a tool, and obviously those of us who are involved in dreams are not excited about the results, but we could add additional information that they can use the dreams output with filtering through additional local input. And one process I was involved in a few years ago I wanted to explain that I thought worked out pretty well was about 15 years ago I was on the Delta Levees seismic subteam as part of CalFed. And they didn't have time to put together a big dreams report, so we put together a committee of very high-level seismic experts, Ray Seed, Les Harder, Norm Abramson, those type of people. We had a lot of geotech engineers from the Corps of Engineers and DWR, and then there were 2 of us locals, myself and Chris Nudek. And for the bulk of those discussions of that sub-team, those discussions were so over Chris and my head that our head was just spinning. We didn't know what was going on. But every now and then they turn to us and say, what does this levee on Sherman Island look like? And then we could add real data. And the way that affected their discussions and what came out of that group was pretty amazing. That whatever real data we could provide, really it was amplified when they put it into their models. And as a result, the results we came up with were very close to what Dreams came up with. There was no surprises when Dreams came up with some of the issues. But the fact that we were asked to provide data and respected for that data, I think, was key. And if this process can do that, I'm hopeful that we'll come to a reasonable conclusion.
Gil, I can recall a levees workshop in this room that you attended and you spoke at 2 or more years ago. And I believe some of the comments you provided then influenced the Delta plan as it exists today. And glad you're back to revisit the issue. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm kind of a one-trick pony, so when I show up, it's going to be the same thing over and over again.
Okay, thanks. And don't forget to fill out the blue form.
Why do you have to come and do all the appearance and driving here, and Chris Nudek doesn't come?
That's interesting because in that Dreams process, we talked, and one of us had to be on the Dreams Steering Committee and Technical Advisor Committee. And so I volunteered, and for some reason, Kristen has never volunteered to do anything else, so I show up to all these things.
Does he have a bigger boat than you?
He has a much bigger and nicer boat than I have, yes.
So, Cindy, I think we're